Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Jessica. I'm a master NLP and an EFT tapping practitioner. I am obsessed with all things manifestation, feminine energy, masculine energy. I call myself an expert in all of these areas because I'm obsessed with it and I've been studying it for over a decade. This is my first time going live. Well, not my first time going live on YouTube. I've done it before, but this is my first time being more intentional with it. You can expect more of these from me. And today we are diving into money, masculine energy, and men. So before we get started, I think it's always very important for us to define what these mean to us. So I believe money is masculine. I believe how we receive money is feminine. So what is masculine energy? What is feminine energy, right? We kind of have to back it up before we go a little deeper. This is so weird, by the way. I use a different color foundation. And I feel like I look a little yellow with this light, but oh, is that better? Maybe that's a little better. And then the blue, I'm just kind of like thrown off right now. Okay, so coming back here. What is masculine energy? Masculine energy doesn't go to a gender. Masculine energy is an energetic frequency, is an energetic feeling. So when you think of masculine, you think providing, protecting, serving, supporting, organizing, systems, making a list, structures in your life, in your business, calendars. Think of the masculine as the foundation of a house. The inside is the feminine. The inside of the house is where the love is where it flows and where it moves. But in order to make a house a home, you need the structure around it, right? So that's masculine energy. And this I did not make up. This is backed by science. You could do more research if you want on it. On the other hand, feminine energy. Feminine energy is the complete opposite. More flowing, trusting, surrendering. I journaled on this the other day. I have my journal in front of me. Oh, perfect, right here. The feminine energy is emotional, chaotic, nurturing, receiving, allowing, being, trusting, listening, slowing down. The feminine slows down. The feminine believes. The feminine is creative. The feminine is soft. The feminine has a very strong intuition. The feminine is mysterious, divine, queen energy. And the hardest thing for most humans is letting go. And that's the feminine energy. I kind of want to reverse and dive a little more into the masculine energy because I didn't touch on that too much. When you think masculine, we spoke about providing support. Think of doing energy. Feminine is being energy. I'm just going to be here, being magnetic. That's the feminine. The masculine is very strategic, very logical. The masculine holds the feminine. The masculine is strong. Think boundaries, money. The masculine is very action-based. I personally believe the universe and God is a masculine energy, but how things have been created is feminine. Okay, so coming back to money, men, all the things. I believe money and men are both masculine. Now, when I say men, I am going to be speaking to gender. So whatever you identify with, just kind of put yourself in that situation. So if the masculine energy, now I said masculine energy is not just men, kind of have to reverse and do a little more education to just kind of give you guys the foundation. Every single person in this world has both energies, the masculine and the feminine. I have both energies. You have both energies. The masculine energy within me gets things done. I plan. I have structure. The feminine energy inside of me, she receives, she loves, she nurtures, she softens, she flows, she believes, she's intuitive. So every single body has both energies. Some people are more connected with one versus the other. And the goal in life is not to just be in one. The goal in life, can you take a guess? Comment in the comments what you believe the goal in life is to embody. The goal in life is to be in harmony, to be in flow, to be in balance. So that involves both energies, right? And some people say, oh, how do men have feminine energy? What are you talking about? Men have feminine energy if they know how to activate it. Now, unsafe masculine, unsafe men, unsafe masculine. I'm not going to go too far into this, but just so you guys can have an understanding. The unsafe masculine is more into controlling, which is just very unhealthy. Very unhealthy. We're going to dive into that topic into another video. So I want to share with you a breakthrough that I recently had, and it is absolutely incredible when it comes to money and masculine energy. So let me find this. Hi, everyone who's live. Okay. I want you to take a look around you. Look at everything you see. I see glasses. I see a computer in front of me. I see a pen. I see a notebook. I see a phone. I see a water glass. I see a ring light. I see a beautiful view. How is this all here? I want you to ask yourself, how is all of this here? There's not one answer, there's many answers, but where the direction I'm going, because we're speaking specifically with money and masculine energy tonight, money bought this. Money bought this. There's money all around us. And so this is a mindset shift, because when you think about the way men act, men do more when they are rewarded, just like dogs. That's why they call men dogs. When you reward a dog, when you reward a man, when you show gratitude and acknowledgement toward a man, he wants to do more. So what if you showed the same acknowledgement toward money? Thank you, money, for buying this notebook for me. Thank you, money. Thank you. And it goes another layer deeper. Acknowledging it, even if you don't see it in your bank account. And I really want to dissect this because I had a really hard time with this before I had this shift. I used to be the girl who would think if I didn't see the money in my bank account, I didn't have it. It was never coming back. Or what if it doesn't come back? What if I have 100 grand and I invest 50 grand in a mentor? What if it doesn't come back? What if I spend it and it doesn't come back? What is that doing? That is me sending a signal out to God, out to source, out to the universe, whatever it is you believe in, you insert your higher power. That's me sending a signal out that I don't trust money. I don't trust the masculine because I don't trust it's coming back. I don't trust because I don't see it. Just because you don't see the physical money in your bank account doesn't mean you don't have it. It's all around you. Money bought my laptop for me. And I want to invite you guys to stay with me because I know this could sound a little weird, right? But I'm weird and you guys love being in this energy. So whatever. But this is when it really shifted for me. I went from I was broke at one point, and then I had a whole bunch of money, making great money, all this money, and I was so scared to spend it. Have you ever had a time in your life where you had the money, but you were scared to spend it? You had a fear that you can't spend it on yourself, because why do that when there's starving kids out there? You can spend the money because what if you need it for an emergency? Right? These limiting beliefs, these limiting money stories. Now, I see a lot of people entering, whether you are a man or a woman or whatever you identify as, I am here to be on your side. So I invite you to come with an open heart and an open mind. And I'm here to support you in your next breakthrough when it comes to creating more wealth and creating more money and abundance in your life. And so coming back to, do you trust money? Do you trust the masculine energy? A lot of times, the reason why I say money and men are connected is because typically the relationship you have with money is the same relationship you have with the masculine that was first in your life. We're going to go deeper. Okay? I had the masculine always there. My dad was always present, my brother was there, but I had a fear of spending it. And I didn't show gratitude toward my money. I was like, oh, another client, but it wasn't $50,000, but it was only $1,000. What is that doing? That's saying, hey, money, I'm not grateful for you. Yeah, okay, I'm happy, $1,000. But the energy that I'm putting off, money's not going to want to come to me. So something that you get to do leaving this video is next time you see a deposit in your account, show immense gratitude. Do the celebration method. Yes, thank you. Oh, more is coming. What is that doing? You're energetically getting on the frequency of abundance, of love, of excitement, of joy. So more of that's going to come. Think of energetic frequencies as magnets. Whatever you're vibrating on, you're going to attract that. And some of you, I understand, feel like, okay, it's hard to, yes, I could think it. Yes, I understand this, but how do I be it? How do I embody it? It's a practice. And it's not easy, especially if you were brought up, raised to worry about money. Maybe your dad wasn't in the picture. Maybe your mom represented the masculine and the feminine energy in your life. So most people, okay, I want to invite you guys to take out your notebooks because we know there's only so much our minds can remember. And I want you to write this down. I get to find safety in the feminine. Whether you're a female or a male in here, I want you to write this down. I get to find safety in the feminine. If you want to manifest more money, it's not about being in your masculine energy 24/7. It's not about doing. Money is masculine. How we receive it is feminine. So if your feminine energy is blocked, there might be money trying to come to you. You energetically haven't opened up your capacity to be open, to receive, to believe, to trust. And so if you haven't healed the feminine wound within you, you're not going to attract more wealth. The job of the masculine is to protect the feminine. Do you agree? Comment down below. If the job of the masculine is to protect the feminine, and we find safety in the feminine, what would happen? Money would have no other choice but to be here. And let's dive into that deeper. Because, like I said, it's not about being a woman or a man. I know a lot of men are attracted to this work as well, but I predominantly work with women. But I want to dive into this, right? How do we find safety in the feminine? Trusting, surrendering, believing, opening myself up, telling my body it's safe to receive, it's safe to be a multimillionaire. Because our nervous systems are wired for what we're currently experiencing. So if you're here in this moment, wanting to quantum leap, wanting to collapse timeframes, going from making a couple $1,000s or $10,000 months to six-figure months, like $100,000 months, it's about prepping and priming your feminine and your masculine energy, your feminine energy to receive. And some of us have done some of the techniques, right? The envisioning, the tapping, the scripting, but it's deeper. Those techniques work only if you have gone deeper. And those techniques work like miracles when you go even deeper, because there's always another level. Y'all, I've been doing this work for over a decade. And there's still another level. I've healed so much of the masculine wound, so much of the feminine wound. We all have masculine and feminine wounds, by the way. Like everyone has them. I'm not making that up. That's real. That's factual. I have done so much work around this. The amount of retreats, the amount of mentors I've hired, I've literally done it all. I have hired spiritual mentors, business mentors, all the things. And there's still another level. I just hired a new mentor. So with that being said, it's about finding safety in the feminine in order to manifest and receive more wealth. Because, okay, check this out, right? It's like getting on the phone and ordering a pizza pie. Hi, Domino's. My nephew's name is Domino's. Well, Dominic, but we call him Domino's, so I just thought of my nephew. Hi, Domino's. I would like to order an extra large cheese pizza. So I'm asking for it, right? I'm placing the order to the universe. Okay, it'll be there. Okay, thanks, bye. Click. Oh man, I feel bad. He has to go out of his way to deliver the pizza? I can't do that to him. Oh, I'm just gonna like pretend I didn't even order it because I feel bad. Domino's here. You don't answer the door because you're blocked from receiving. Sometimes it's literally knocking on your door. Sometimes it's in your emails. Sometimes you have a client in the DM saying, take my money, I want to work with you. Sometimes you have an opportunity waiting for you at your job. It's about energetically opening yourself up to receive it and finding that safety in the feminine, right? So everyone thinks I have to be more mindful with my words sometimes. Sometimes I'm really dramatic. I'm from Jersey. What can you expect? Everyone, it's like not everyone. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. You guys know me by now. Hold on. Thank you for holding. Feminine. Masculine would just be going the whole time, not resting, taking breaks. Guys, I have a gift. And that gift is I am so good at reading patterns and I'm so good at spotting exactly what's feminine and what's masculine. And why is this important? because we want to be able to balance the two. Okay, so I want to come back to finding safety in the feminine because this is a really great topic. I have to make a whole separate YouTube video on this. When something happens in your life, maybe you lose a job or your income dips, logically, it makes sense to cancel the vacations, cancel your hair appointments, cancel your nail appointments, don't go out to dinner with your friends, cancel your gym membership because you lost your job. That's what most people do because of logic, right? Oh, I'm not going to make income, so let me save my money. What is that doing? That's sending a signal to the universe. That's energetically saying, I don't trust that I'm going to get another job. So I'm going to live in fear. I'm going to cancel everything that actually supports my mental and my emotional capacity to move through the thing, right? Because if you guys use the gym for your mental and your emotional, that this is a good time to keep the gym membership, not to cancel it, right? But so then we're like, oh, let me be in my unhealthy masculine and control things. Let me be in my unhealthy masculine and try to penny pinch, try to hoard it all. Now I understand if this is your first time hearing this information, it could feel real, but like be very whoa. Stay with me. And sometimes it makes your system feel like, what the hell? Because maybe you've never heard this before. And you want to be able to feel safe with money, feel safe with spending money, feel safe with manifesting money, feel safe with holding money. I know some women who don't even feel safe holding physical cash with them. I know I personally, a couple years ago, I had manifested over 6 figures, over $500,000 in one receiving chunk. Guess what? I was terrified to spend it. I was terrified to spend it. What if I spend it and it doesn't come back? And I would spend it. I just see the money dipping, 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 dipping. So letting the masculine come in to save us. Save isn't the word. Allowing the feminine is allowing the masculine to come in to provide for us. Now, I'm speaking about healed versions because if we're talking about relationships, and a wounded masculine man, he doesn't believe in being the provider. He believes in 50-50. A wounded masculine, and now this can, if there's any wounded masculines watching this might hurt your ego, and this is not my intention. My intention is to support you in your growth so that you can truly step into your masculine, because don't you really want a divine feminine? If you want a divine feminine woman, or again, if you're both genders, like whoever plays the masculine, whoever plays feminine, if you really want a divine feminine, you've got to step into your healed, healthy masculine. A divine feminine wants to know she's always safe, mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, all of the things. All of them. So if you are a true, healed, healthy masculine, the job is to protect the feminine, is to serve. So woman, if you go for men, the more you tap into your feminine energy, the more men you're going to attract and the more money you're going to attract. When I started doing, thank you for the likes, everyone. When I started doing this feminine energy work, I've been doing this for so long, but it's been getting more stronger and stronger. When I started doing this feminine energy work, the men were throwing themselves at me. I never knew what it was like to have a roster until I started doing the feminine energy work. Thank you for the likes on YouTube and on TikTok. I think you could like send a gift on YouTube and like, oh yeah, there's like a like button, there's a plus button, and there's a money button. Oh, so cool. You can show your support to me through money on YouTube. That's so cool. Oh, you can do super chat. If you click super chat, you can donate whatever money you want and it like your message stands out. I would love to receive someone do that so I can see what it looks like. That's so cool. Okay, so I want to tell you guys something. What I just did right there. I asked and I was open to receiving. That's the divine feminine. The divine feminine doesn't have any shame or guilt asking for a gift, asking to receive something. And I'm totally detached from it happening or not happening. But if there's someone in the YouTube room that wants to step into their masculine, whether they're a woman or a man, right? Does not matter. You want to support, because it's about finding that balance. You know, you're here, you're receiving all these nuggets, and you want to support. That's you stepping into your masculine. This is so fun, everyone. I'm going to keep going because I'm having a lot of fun. We're going to keep going into this massive money breakthrough that I had. And just so you guys know, I'm going to be doing this weekly on YouTube, going live. My podcast uploads every single Wednesday, A Stronger You. It's on Spotify and Apple Podcast. And then on top of that, I'm also uploading another YouTube video each week. I took a couple months off of the podcast and everything, and we are back to it. And I'm just so excited to show up and share this knowledge and this wisdom with you guys because I'm currently like doing, not currently, I'm always, well, currently, yeah, that works. Sometimes my words are like, wait, what? I'm doing really deep work right now. Really deep work. And if you want to experience this work in real life, I am hosting an all women's retreat. You can go to my website, astrongeryou.com, click November retreat, and you'll see all the details. Okay. So I heard my mentor say this. I just decided that money was always going to be there for me. Hold on, y'all. The filters are really strong on TikTok. I just want to take this filter off a little bit. Hold on a second. Effects. Bam. Okay, so much better. I heard my mentor say, I decided that money was always going to be there for me and it will always be available for me. My mentor, multimillionaire, all the things, first class, trips to south of France, rents all the yachts, all the boats. You understand why she's my mentor? She's a mom, divine feminine, also divine masculine. She balances the two. I see it. She's embodied. I'm like, Shamina, how do you just trust that the money's always going to be there for you? She just decided. If you study some of, Bob Proctor's work, I studied under Bob Proctor. His whole teachings are, you don't need the thing, you don't need the money. You just have to make a decision. You just have to make a claim. And you have to be so strong in that with conviction. I trust that money's always going to be there. And you walk around with it like it's a tattooed on your forearm. You know why some people get, why some people get certain things tattooed on them? To always remind them. People have sticky notes around their house to always remind them. So you get to do what you get to do. Put yourself in the communities, put yourself in the rooms. I am hosting a free live masterclass next week where I'm diving deeper into this. It's called Booked and Boujee. I'm teaching you my exact framework on how to become strategically emotional so that you can manifest all of your bougiest, wildest dreams. I live in a penthouse. I drive a Porsche. I take first class flights wherever I go. I have the best friends in the world, the most supportive friends in the world. How? Because I became strategically emotional and I learned how to master my emotions. And this is the missing key. Everyone's like, oh, Jess, I do your visualizations. They're great. Like I manifest a check, but like it's not consistent. And then I have some clients that they're just like consistent AF. And usually those are the ones who've taken my deeper programs where I work with one-on-one. And I was like, I had to get real with myself and look at this pattern. Why is it that not only my clients, but clients I see with all these big manifestation coaches come to me and they say, Jess, by the way, I'm going to answer all your questions in a minute. They say, Jess, all these manifestation coaches are prescribing me the same thing. Listen to this rant, listen to this audio, custom subliminal, but nothing's changing. So are small things. It's because if you want to grow big, you have to go deep. A mansion has a solid foundation. The foundation of a mansion is so solid. Think of the homes in Florida. They have to be protective from storms. Their foundation is so strong, they never get knocked down. That's the foundation of the Florida house on the beach is the self-mastery. Is the emotional self-mastery. Hey, Courtney, I love you so much. I freaking love you. I want to squeeze you. I wish you were coming to the retreat. I need to meet you in real life. I love Courtney. She's been with me in the academy since like day freaking one. And her energy is just, she's such a light. She's a healer. I love her. So think of the foundation of a house, like a strong house. That's the emotional work. So that's why your manifestations are working, but they're not working at the top speed that you see them working for me or for other people. Because we do the deep work. And that's what most people don't want to do because it's scary. I get it. It's scary to face your fears, to face the anxiety, to ask yourself, where is this coming from? Because maybe you weren't raised in a house that allowed that supported that encouraged that. I wasn't. And then I started going to retreats and I found these communities where they actually held safe space for me to feel these things. And like I said, it was scary. Feeling? Why do you think I don't want to get into it, but why? I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into it. That's another video. Okay. Yes, we will. Yes. Anytime after I'm down. Girl, I would love that. I don't know when I'm going to be hosting another retreat. Because this one has taken a lot of beautiful energy to craft and curate. By the way, if you guys have not signed up or looked at the retreat, I'm hosting an all-women's retreat in Dominican Republic, November 6th through 10th. It's a transformative retreat. If you are in a space in your life where you are you feel like there's something missing. Maybe your life looks good on the outside, or maybe it's actually falling to shit. Whichever one you're in, you have something inside your body that's saying, there's actually something else out there and I don't know what it is. Yes, in Samana, Dominican Republic. I don't know what it is. Samana Island. It's a beautiful island. Beautiful island. If you are there right now, if you're like, I just feel like there's something else. I don't know if it's my purpose. I don't know what it is. This retreat was literally created for you. Maybe you already started your work. I mean, if you guys are here on YouTube and TikTok, you guys have been working with me you guys have been with me probably for a long time. So you've been doing the work, but something's just not, you've been getting all the certifications. You've been getting all of the things, but then the big jobs, the big clients are not coming through. At this retreat, we're creating a beautiful, and I'm going to be going live with Shira. She's coming over on Saturday, my retreat co-facilitator. I cannot wait. But we actually had a really beautiful conversation today, very touching. And we're not creating this retreat to tell you what to do. We're creating this retreat to create a beautiful, safe space for you to choose who you want to be in life, for you to be seen in a very safe space. Maybe be seen dancing, crying. Maybe you're shy and you want the world to see you. All of the information's in the bio. Okay, so I'm going to come back to this and I'm going to answer the questions here on the live. I'm going to answer the YouTube questions first, and then I'm going to come over to TikTok. Okay. Okay, this is the last thing I'm going to touch on. Then I'm going to go into the questions. I have a freaking journal of breakthroughs from like the past week. My hand is cramping. Okay, so I'm going to leave us with this, and then I'm going to answer the questions. By the way, thank you so much for all the likes. I see you, and I'm really grateful. Thank you so much. The more you chase a number that you don't have, the more you tell the universe you don't have it. If your goal is to hit 100K month or 50K month, by the way, comment your goal in the chat. What is your goal for this next month? What do you want to hit at the end of August? Let's meet in the middle. Let's say 25K. The more you tell yourself you don't have the money, what have we learned so far from today? The more the money is not going to show up because you're chasing something that's not there. If you run after a dog, what happens? The dog runs away. If you run after a man, if you chase a man, what happens? He runs away. It's about acting as if, embodying, breathing, eat, sleep, all the things that you have it. You believe it. Yes, Pedro, you have to believe that it's already there, even if you don't see it. That or more. Belief is such a powerful skill set. These are all skill sets. Belief is such a powerful skill set. By the way, Pedro, the next live is next Monday. It's called Booked and Boujee. Sign up, join live, because that's when you're going to get access to the September program. What was I just saying? Chasing belief. I am so excited. Belief. So if your goal has been a 50K month, believe and detach. If your goal is to have a 50K month, you don't keep refreshing your bank account looking for it. You declare, you know that it's coming. You believe it. It's already here. I hit 50K months. I feel it. I'm doing all the right things. But how and when isn't up to us. So maybe it isn't going to come this month. Maybe you're going to hit it next month. That's where the detachment comes from. Maybe it's going to come through a check in the mail. Maybe it's going to come through your business. Who knows, right? Okay, we're going to stop there. And then on my next live next week on YouTube, we're going to dive deeper. I want to go ahead and answer any of the questions. Did anyone send a super chat gift on YouTube? I would love to see it. There's like a little money sign by the chat. If you click it, then you click super chat, make your message stand out, and then you can like highlight your message and you can support. I like really want to see it. I would love if someone could do that. I fully receive it. Okay, so I'm going to scroll through these messages. Okay. I have a question. I have to come up with 5K every 4 months for treatment. Any tips? No. Yes. So first off, the link, if you're still on, I hope you're still on now because I'm answering your question. But for anyone else who feels this, I have to come up with 4K every 4 months, 5K every 4 months. I want to invite you to start shifting your language and saying I have to come up with 5K every 4 months. I get to manifest 5K every 4 months. So now just like feel that in your body. I have to get 5K every 4 months. I get to call in, I get to manifest, I get to receive 5K every 4 months. So start by shifting your language there. And then the next step from that is doing your daily money moves. What are you doing every single day that's getting you in the energetic frequency of wealth? If you don't have anything, go to my website, go to the link in my bio, get my 30-day cash calendar, 30 different money exercises. That's going to really help you. Any advice on talking to women? I don't think that's really appropriate for this live specifically. If you have more of a specific question, I can answer that. Hey, Amanda, are you still on? Oh my God, thank you guys all for the follows, for the likes, for the gifts. You guys are freaking amazing. Okay. Annalise, what do people mean when they say God is within us? So, what I believe, and I'm not religious, but I believe in God. Kind of weird, right? But you don't have to be religious to believe in God. I grew up, my mom was Jewish, my dad was Christian. They didn't raise me and my brother religious at all because they weren't super religious. And I actually always didn't like that because I always felt like the odd one out growing up. Like I never understood. I didn't know what to believe in, but I always said I chose to believe in myself. So, what do people mean when they say God is within us? I believe that God is in every single one of us. God is in everything. We are all here through God, source, higher power, spirit. So that's what they mean. And it's a beautiful thing. It's not something you have to be scared of. A lot of times we're scared of things we don't know. So it could feel scary if like someone says that to you and you don't know what that means. All right. I think that is all for the questions. Just a little recap. Next week, I have a free live masterclass called Booked and Boujee. I am teaching you my formula to become strategically emotional. Why is becoming strategically emotional important? Because this is the missing key to manifestation. You've done the subliminals, you've done the tapping, you've done some breath work. Maybe you've gone to a retreat, you do affirmations, mirror work, scripting, acting as if you've studied all the laws of the universe, and you're still not manifesting what you want to manifest. The missing piece is emotional self-mastery. I call it being strategically emotional. So cool, right? God brought it into me. It's called being strategically emotional. I'm teaching you my exact process for free next week. If you're watching this on YouTube, the link is in the description. If you're on Instagram, TikTok, it's in the bio. Go join now. Second thing I wanted to say is we were talking about money moves. I have a calendar. It's a 30-day cash calendar where I give you a specific money exercise that only takes 9 minutes. So you can literally manifest cash right away. That's also in my bio on Instagram and TikTok. And last but not least, my retreat. I am hosting a all-women's transformative mind, body, soul retreat. This retreat is for you if you have a feeling internally that you are meant for more and you are not standing in your full power. You believe you have a calling and you don't know what it is. And you want to have a beautiful breakthrough. You want to know what it feels like to be surrounded by other supportive, loving women who want the best for you, who have absolutely zero judgment. The link to my retreat, the waitlist is open to sign up. It's very intimate. There's only 8 to 10 people. And we have a couple spots left because we just opened up signups again. So what you can do for that is go to my website, astrongeryou.com. Listen to your intuition. Some of us don't know the difference between our intuition and fear. So if you don't know what your intuition is, you can always send me a message. And what else? I think that's all. I have a podcast coming out on Wednesday. Podcast is A Stronger You. If you are watching this on YouTube, thank you guys so much for being here. I just looked at the clock, 44 minutes and 44 seconds. This is probably one of my longest YouTube videos. We're going to be here weekly. I love you guys. Have a beautiful day.